Lewis?
Smile 2 expands on everything that made the first film so unsettling, but this time it feels bigger, with a wider scope and some absolutely top-notch performances from the cast. It's darker, far more ambitious, and filled with moments that will definitely keep you on edge. Let's dive into why Smile 2 is a worthy follow-up. The film centres around Skye Riley, a famous pop star played by Naomi Scott, who is about to embark on a massive world tour. Things quickly spiral out of control when she becomes plagued by terrifying events tied to the same demonic entity from the first movie. Skye, who's still recovering from a traumatic car accident that left her both physically and emotionally scarred, is forced to confront her past as the curse tightens its grip on her. Naomi Scott delivers an absolutely standout performance as Skye Riley, and what makes her portrayal so engaging is how she captures the duality of this character. On one hand, Skye is the glamorous pop star, but beneath the surface she's scarred, broken, both physically from her car crash and from her troubled past. She sees herself as ugly, despite the world perceiving her as beautiful. This tension between her external image and internal feelings is reflected in the film's consistent use of mirrors. Mirrors play a significant role in Skye's journey, symbolising her fractured sense of identity and her attempts at self-discovery. In many scenes, she confronts her reflection, and these moments are key to understanding her vulnerability. In fact, it's through a mirror that Skye first encounters the demon, making these reflective surfaces a powerful symbol throughout the film. Technically, Smile 2 excels. The cinematography is moody and atmospheric. It's really, really beautifully shot. There's the same consistent use of the upside-down cameras on the wide shots that you get from the first movie. Fans of cinematography will definitely have picked up on that in this. There's some beautiful shots of the city, stage shots that are shot with beautiful lighting. Everything looks incredibly polished. The sound design is also exceptional, and this is where Smile 2 I think really stands out from other horror movies. The movie doesn't rely on typical horror tropes like creepy voices or sudden loud noises. Instead, it kind of plays with bassy, unfamiliar frequencies that keep you off balance. It's a really clever use of sound that taps into your auditory system in a way that feels uncomfortable and unrelenting. These strange noises aren't something you hear in most horror movies, and that's what makes them so effective. They keep you on edge. It's a subtle but powerful way of adding to the film's tension. I'd like to talk about Parker Finn, the director. One of the things that really stands out about Smile 2 is how consistent it feels to the first film tonally. Director Parker Finn has done an excellent job of maintaining that same universe, and the sequel doesn't suffer from the kind of bloated, out-of-hand expansion that we sometimes see in horror franchises when the first one's successful, like this first one was. It's Chapter 2, I Am Looking at You.
Fuck you!
Finn is confident in his direction, and it shows. These films feel polished and professional, and not just a series of jump scares that are sewn together. The emotional depth, the psychological horror, and the unsettling visuals all come together to make Smile 2 feel like a cohesive, well-executed, and very polished horror movie. One of the strongest thematic connections between Smile and Smile 2 is the exploration of trauma, particularly unresolved trauma involving parental relationships. In the first film, Rose was haunted by the guilt and trauma surrounding her mother's death, which became the central emotional anchor of the story. In Smile 2, Skye's emotional journey parallels this as she struggles with the unresolved guilt and pain from her troubled relationship with her mother. Also, the crash that she's involved with her boyfriend. Much like Rose in the first film, Skye's past trauma is not just a backdrop, but a core element of the horror. Skye's guilt over her mother's overbearing control and the pressures of fame mirror the same psychological tension we saw with the previous movie. It adds emotional weight to the supernatural events, making the terror feel more personal. Overall, Smile 2 is a solid sequel that builds on the tension and scares of the original while delivering a more ambitious story. Naomi Scott's performance is a major highlight. I think she is incredible. I've never seen her anything, but my god, this woman is worth the price of admission alone, with one of the most standout horror performances I can remember for quite a long time. And the film's bold direction, stunning visuals, and immersive sound design make it a must-watch for horror fans. What are your thoughts on Smile 2? Have any of you seen it yet? I know it's an early release, but I'd like to know your thoughts on the movie and if you enjoyed it or not. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews. Thanks for watching, and stay spooky.